Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the IELTS Mindset. My name is Shad, I'm a university professor and an IELTS exam expert. I took the test myself 3 times with a score of 7, 8 and 9 over the years, and I've helped thousands of students do the same. So I'm going to be teaching you 5 proven mindset shifts before you start studying. The thing is, before you go into speaking, reading, writing, or listening, you gotta master yourself. I've seen hundreds of great students with high level of English fail because they couldn't master the mental discipline. And I've also seen average students get a very high score because they knew how to create a powerful and strong mindset. So let's dominate the IELTS test by building our mental abilities. Number 1, become the calendar type of person. Why does this work? Because top performers don't wait for motivation, they follow systems. So what do you gotta do? You gotta set daily fixed times to study. For example, 15 minutes. And you don't negotiate with the calendar because you're training your discipline muscle. So what's the rule? If it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. Number 2, create a vision and not just a score. What does that mean? Like a band score 7 or a C1 level is just a number, but studying for a future self is powerful. So basically you're thinking about the dream outcome that you're gonna create instead of just a number that you're gonna get in this test. So what do you need to do? Visualization. I don't know if you heard that, but a lot of athletes, I'm talking about Olympic level athletes, they use this technique to succeed. You gotta visualize yourself where you're going to be after passing the IELTS test. Let's say in 6 months, in 1 year, which city, which university, what kind of job you're going to have, how much money are you going to make. You gotta think about all of these. You gotta write them down and you gotta think about them and visualize them. When you see it clearly every day, the chance that you get it is so much higher. Your mindset is gonna be, I'm not studying English, I'm just building my freedom. Number 3, embrace the identity of a learner. Psychologists believe that identity shapes action. So if you identify yourself as someone who's bad at English, you will be manifesting that. So if you identify yourself as someone who's terrible at English or is gonna get a terrible score in the IELTS test, you will prove yourself right. Don't put a negative label on yourself. Instead say, I'm kind of a person who learns quickly, even if you don't believe it at first. I'm sure you heard fake it until you make it. And it's kind of true. I would say act like the person you want to become. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to keep growing. Number 4, build mental recovery skills. Well, IELTS prep brings self-doubt, stress, burnout, all kinds of things. You need some kind of a recovery ritual. Simply, you could do 2 minutes breath resets, journaling your progress every week, or even walking meditations. I'm sure you heard a lot of breathing techniques, but you could just do a 4 or 8 seconds, depending on how long you could do it. Inhaling, like breathe in for like 4, let's say 5 seconds, and then keep it for another 5 seconds, and exhale, breathe out, another 5 seconds, and then you can repeat this cycle a couple of times. With journaling weekly, you can actually improve your writing too, because you can challenge yourself not to repeat the same word or the same structure. So every time you can write something new. One time you can write in an active sentence, and then the other time you can write in passive. There's so many ways to do it. And then when you go for a walk, you can talk to yourself in English. You can use ChatGPT to talk to ChatGPT voice in English, or you can just think about all the things that you've learned. Remember, rest is not a reward, it's a strategy. And number 5, set micro goals and celebrate. Remember, the brain is addicted to progress, not perfection. Big goals without wins equals burnout. So break the big goals down, and it doesn't matter if it's small or big. For example, you can say, this week, I'm gonna learn 10 speaking phrases. And then when you actually learn them, celebrate by listening to a music track, dance, giving yourself a treat, just something because your brain loves rewards. Success is in the small wins repeated over time. These 5 mindset shifts are the foundation. In the next episodes, we're gonna learn skills, habits, and study strategies on top of this strong base that you got now. Subscribe to this channel because IELTS success starts in your mind. And that's exactly where we're going next.